Hey there,
Boom.
travelers.
Dun, dun,
Boom
dun,
roll
dun,
life.
dun,
We're
dun,
back
dun.
again.
I
All
forgot
right.
what JS's intro was before. You guys remember?
Oh yeah, I don't know.
He just
I
popped
Can't
don't.
in.
remember
Oh,
anymore.
I don't remember. I don't remember. But it was something
yeah, yeah.
I kept on listening to every time because I think I was sort of editing some stuff or maybe
Uh-huh.
listening to whatever. But
Something about, yeah, he was like welcoming people to push start.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
I
I
think
remember
so.
I
he was
remember.
It's
doing
like a
that.
Hello
different
and
recording.
welcome. Yeah, I remember. Hello and
So
welcome.
awkward. I don't even want to check it.
And that's our awkward introduction. Yeah, that
Yay!
should do it.
Now
And we're back
it's
again for
now we
another
have this
episode. Yeah.
crazy disaster introduction. So hello guys.
Yep.
No,
Awkward as it
guys.
should
But I
be.
guess we
Just like
could
Justin. Yeah.
yeah, we could actually officially announce that this is our episode 2 because last episode we were like maybe this is gonna
Maybe it's
be
one a
a
pilot episode. I
we
don't know.
maybe it was a pilot episode, but I guess now it's official that this is
Yeah,
episode 2 of our podcast of a new season of podcast here on Brushpoint. But yeah,
we've
hopefully you
decided.
guys are listening wherever you are. YouTube, hopefully in the supporters lab.
Helps with our algorithm. And you found this video somehow. So yeah, this topic that we're discussing today is our career strategies to handle job rejections. So I think just like the last one, we should set some boundaries just to be safe because
Yes.
this is gonna bleed into a lot. Okay, it's a very heavy topic. Even I know earlier on we were struggling with like what we were gonna talk about, but setting some boundaries should help. So I think we should start with this is for people who have multiple successive job rejections, not for people who have only received one or like spaced
Yep.
out job rejections. We're talking compounding.
There's a standard here,
rejections.
guys,
No.
to be called,
Yeah.
rejected artist.
Yep.
So,
Alright.
yeah.
What else should we? What else should we bound this on? Do you guys have any ideas?
Anything about being rejected and not
Yeah.
being laid off. I think that being laid off is way different than what we're gonna talk about today. It's
Okay.
not even getting your foot out the door or
Yeah,
in the door of that company or whatever. So that's a perfect boundary of what we should put.
Shall we include companies or employers or commissioners that ghosted as a rejection?
Oh,
Probably not. I don't think so.
yeah, especially if you
I don't
don't
know.
get
Their
any
way of saying no.
emails. It's hard to say that maybe the company didn't even have the chance to check your email, and there's no way to know. So yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe
But if
not
you
included it.
passed like one phase and they replied, there was a line of communication at some point. Do we include that? And then they said they didn't reply anymore after. Like
Yeah,
after you gave your art
maybe in
test.
a way.
Then, okay.
If they checked
Probably.
you,
Okay.
Yeah, I guess
And
that's a
didn't-
rejection.
yeah, maybe most probably that's a rejection.
That's what we were saying.
Indirect.
Yeah, you're not getting in. Unfortunately.
You know what's
yeah.
hard
Okay.
about this topic though is that I
What?
have little experience of being rejected because I do not apply.
Actually,
Hey.
kind of the same boat, yeah.
I don't know. Like I think it's gonna be hard for me to put a lot of experience in saying, "Oh, I don't know what to do after this rejection," because I either they don't reply or I didn't really apply to anything. So
Yeah, it's like you rejected yourself even before getting rejected.
like I don't think I'll get in this. I'm not gonna apply.
Why would I
Save myself
apply?
some trouble.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the key point I'll be telling everyone. If you don't think you can do it, don't do it. Yeah.
Oh, that's actually I'm gonna touch on that later because Red's position is kind of unique on this. I'm kind of on the same boat in a way that I'm still young. I haven't been in this industry for too long,
Hmm.
more than 2 years, but I have for more so far. Received rejections for graphic design, unfortunately, in the creative industry.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm privileged to say that I only had a couple of rejections for the game industry so far, because I applied when I was still working as a graphic designer,
Mm.
and then I was unemployed for 1 month. So I had I actually did some counting. I roughly have like around in the 20s
Hmm.
rejections, including graphic design. But if it's
Wow.
just purely for art for game industries, it's probably in the tens. I haven't
Like
I
both
haven't applied to a lot.
local
Is
and
there a lot?
international included.
Yeah,
Hmm. Yeah.
yeah. I'm in the 10 to 15. Yeah, probably there for that. Not that much. Okay.
So how do you
How
cope
about
with
you?
that?
Yes. Oh, we'll get to that later. Yeah, we'll get to that later. Wait, how about you, Jess? Since you've had like a longer time applying, I
The
remember you
actual game
telling me
artist.
Yeah.
yeah.
I I think my last, because last day I actually got a rejection from CD Project, which is fine because again, I for me
With
personally, I
CD
just
Project
apply.
Red.
Yeah. If
Mm.
if it's
Oh,
Illustrator and I think the company or the project is good, I just apply. I don't even care if it's outside the Philippines. I just apply. Because sometimes, the details that they put there can be negotiable. Like for example, work from home, or
Yeah.
yeah, and there's no way to know unless they considered you. So yeah, that's my approach in this career, not even in applying, just being an artist in the game industry. I've got like maybe uh thousands of rejection if you're gonna include those who ghosted me, but maybe the actual reply of rejection maybe around 300 only.
Wow.
oh,
Only.
Yeah,
oh
only.
Wow.
my
And I
God.
Fewer
have
than
different
only.
Three
templates.
digits.
Yeah, I have different
Um,
templates with different positions, illustrator to the artist, with different cover letters, and different CVs with different things highlighted. Like if I'm applying for illustrator, the first thing that you will see in my CV is my experience as illustrator. So I have those strategies, but even with that, I've got around maybe 300 to 500 rejections already. Yeah. And it's fun.
I think I think you're the best one to start. Like, how do you cope with so much rejection? 'Cause that's 300. Like, I can't
yeah.
even
How
imagine
do I
Because
getting
the
even
goal
have the
was
rejected
there.
time,
five
right?
times in a row or whatever. Like, oh
Oh,
man.
Yeah, so maybe I can talk about my approach, but I can't really say how I can take it, or overcome it, because for me it's not even a challenge. I don't take it as
oh,
I know
okay.
it's like
Wow.
it's like
Maybe because we're old.
philosophical, inspirational. I'm at the point that it's like uh I did my best in my portfolio, and I know it. I have no regrets to the
Yeah.
things. I don't have any feeling of, I should have done this in my portfolio. I just did my best practicing. I put my best work in my portfolio, and it's like I take it as RNG in application. Like I always think about, if if I if they didn't reply, most probably they didn't see my work, because my works are great. It's
That is
like,
true.
it's like I don't. It's
That's a
like
great mindset. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's like having
Positive
more leaning
thinking.
on the positivity, but not really
Yeah.
toxic positivity. Positivity, being
Hmm.
positive. So yeah, I just know what I did, and I know that I did my best with the time and the life that I have, and I uh, you know, just submit to every opportunity that I see. And I always schedule my application time, so I don't get burnt out. And
Mm,
imagine doing that
that's
for
true.
many
Oh,
years.
okay.
So I'm actually surprised when I counted it for this podcast.
For this podcast,
Yeah,
you
I
did
counted it.
300.
Yeah. Oh,
Holy.
parang wow. Like doing that for so long, and having one to two or three jobs, that I got from all of that effort, I think it's all worth it. So, I have no regrets. That's maybe, maybe that's why I'm not burnout or something. But I know it's not
Mm.
easy for others, and I know it's not,
It
the
comes with
best.
age and
Yeah,
experience.
like,
Yeah.
man, I just want to live a simple life. Eat with my wife.
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking
That's
of
true.
CV though, like for you, Bungis, like whenever you send your portfolio or CV, do you have the same confidence as DJ Lumpia here, where you think your work is pretty decent, pretty okay, like
Yeah.
you don't care
Do
if
you have the same blind
like
confidence that?
yeah, do you have the same blind confidence? Because I think for me as well, I kind of have that same mentality of like, if I send something like my work, then I believe that that's going to be great. Like my work is great. So does your CV or portfolio translate that way as well?
Back when I was unemployed, yeah, I was optimistic because I was starting from the bottom, so like I had no point of comparison. This was the best I could do at the time.
Yeah.
Like, this
Yeah,
was
yeah.
like under you guys, under the boot camp, and I was submitting after that. So like, this is the best I can do at the time. Uh, I'm confident because I don't have any other point of reference. I was,
Mm,
I is it ignorant? I guess I was ignorant, but ignorance is bliss, and I think
Yeah.
that helped me.
that's true.
You know what? Am I making sense?
I mean,
Yeah.
you didn't do
Yeah, yeah,
anything
yeah.
wrong.
But now, like, let's say, like nowadays, like for freelance gigs or like other things, uh, I have more. When you're learned, you start to see more of your mistakes. You start to see more of your flaws, and you
Yeah.
can't have fun because you're over analyzing. I think I'm at that point because again, like, so after spending so much time with you guys and other artists, I start to become more critical of myself, and my confidence
Mm.
is kind of waning. So I kind of miss my confidence when I was still unaware of like, oh,
Mm.
your portfolio should have this and that. Like your anatomy is stiff. Like I didn't know that at the time. I was like, wow, I made this render. Like wow, I believed in it so much, and I think that sort of helped me get to where I am right now. But again, I got lucky, so there's that. Yeah. How about you, Red? Like going
I
back
guess.
because you have two careers. You started
Oh,
out
yeah.
as a fine artist. I think
Mhm.
that's more
Finance is harder
subjective
for
because
me.
yeah, I know. Yeah, I consider it harder. Can we talk about that for a bit? Because this was what I was talking about
Oof.
earlier. Yeah,
Fine arts. I
like
guess
your
it
art
is
style.
kind of
It's
like
yeah,
harder in a way because everything is way more subjective than being objective in what galleries want. I mean, there are kind of parameters in a way that what style they showcase. Like per gallery, is it a gallery that sells abstract work? Is it a gallery
Mm.
that sells big, like humongous works, like for really mass type of style, or is it what I do? Like it's hard to gauge. So yeah, like when I was trying to apply, I mean, I really just honed in on a gallery, which was my past gallery, where they kind of showcase the artwork that I like to see and the artwork that I do. So it was way easier to really get accepted. So I didn't really get it's like what I was talking about later. I didn't get rejected as much since
Mm.
I was not applying to any other galleries or anything. But
can we talk about
let
how
me
like it
yeah.
sort of evolved, or like we're not gonna name names, but can we talk about the incident where
Incident.
another
What
art
incident? What
style
are we
was
talking about?
favored? There was another art
Oh
style
yeah,
that
it's
was
not
favored.
like another art style was favorite. It's like you know how the art scene is. There are trends. There
Mm.
are it's
Yeah.
continuously moving in a way where art is evolving every time.
Okay.
People's taste evolve just like food. Like when I remember when we were kids, everything cheap kind of tasted great, and then now you're eating a lot more variety from Japanese food to Vietnamese food, and then you go back to that cheap food, it kind of tastes pretty bad. So that's kind of like how art is really in subjective ways where it's not that they favor a lot more cartoonish or more what do you call it, lowbrow art nowadays, but it's
Mhm.
just the trend for quite a while. And I think now though it's kind of like getting or laying down a bit where
Mm.
a lot more
Okay.
illustration and more display piece paintings are getting more and more accepted, I guess. But yeah, with my case, it's not that I my artwork was like really rejected. They were just kind of protecting me in a way because at the same time I didn't want to show artworks that were gonna be or not gonna be sold.
Uninspired.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Like
Okay.
they were not
Now,
gonna be sold or not gonna
uh-huh.
be so I'll just be kind of wasting my time at that point. So
Yeah.
we were both kind of gauging whether my art was good at that time because at that time I was also exploring. So yeah,
Uh-huh.
that's how it went.
No, the reason why I wanted to ask because I remember how that kind of affected you and how it affects other people too. Like and now, my follow up question is, how was your relationship with your art after that? Because uh, you wanted to go a certain way, but
Hmm.
the industry's going a different way. What was your
Yeah.
relationship? Was there some doubts in your skill?
Oh yeah,
Like
definitely. Because I,
you have doubts
Yeah,
with
it's gonna be hard.
100%, 100%.
yeah.
Because like at that time, it was said to my face, that
You
my art
see,
was,
yeah,
not where they wanted to be. No, not
yeah.
in a bad way. Like it depends on how you take it. But like the time I took it pretty well. Like I didn't really. Oh, okay. I guess you don't like it. I mean, it's my
Mm.
art.
Oh,
It's
but your
subjective
belief
and
in
all that.
your art was okay,
Yeah,
stronger.
it was like okay.
Okay.
It's like okay, but then after I was like, oh no, I think I lost my job.
Oh,
So
well,
So
there's
technically,
that
your
as
that's
main
where
well.
it
source
sunk
of
in.
income.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
like that's where it sunk in. Where oh no, I think I just lost my job. I think my artwork is pretty shit. Like, what am I gonna do?
Oh,
So that's where the doubt kicked in, and like, what am I supposed to do? Am I gonna apply to different galleries? What galleries should I apply to? I don't think my artwork is for this gallery. Is my artwork for this gallery? I don't know. Like, it's it's hard because at that time, yeah, there was a trend, and uh, I don't think my art fit in anywhere. So I was just really doubting what I was supposed to do. So yeah.
okay. That's it. Okay. So I'm going to return your question earlier. How did you cope with that?
How did I what?
How did you cope with that?
By applying.
I cried. No, I
Oh, it's
kind of
okay.
just got annoyed with the art scene. No, I didn't cry or anything. I just got bummed at the art scene. Like, see, I guess I got bitter. I really got bitter at the art scene. Like, why is this art good? Like, I went back to the old Red where you just started out as an artist and you think you're the best at everything. So I went back to that kind of like
No.
mentality. Like, why is that artwork good? Why is my artwork bad? Like, I don't get it. My artwork is better than that artwork. I think I don't know. So I guess that's how I cope with it for a while, and then uh, the sign of being old and having experience came in, and I was like, oh, maybe I should just stop being salty and just get better, get good. Like, I guess I'll just do a
Oh,
different thing. Like, I do multimedia. Like, why the fuck am I not using what I learned or anything? So that's why I started to draw more digitally. I had more time anyway, so might as well just
yeah.
practice and do whatever. Yeah.
Oh, I think we can connect what Raymond said last time. So in case you're new here, we had a guest last week who gave such an inspiring, not just inspiring, very insightful
Yeah.
talk. And another thing he mentioned there was take this time to be multidimensional. So I think Red just
Mm,
keyed into that, became
yeah.
multidimensional. That's how we got a job right now. Well, thank you
Yeah.
for that, Red. Thanks for sharing that. Because your position was unique. Like not every time. Like it's not every day. Like I have a fine artist to ask. You know.
Yeah, and
Yeah, it's pretty
transitioning
weird. Like
to
honestly,
the game
Yeah.
industry. Usually
Hmm.
it's the other way
Yeah, very
around.
Yeah.
far. Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
Like from corporate
Okay.
Yeah, like
yeah.
studio
I have a
setup.
lot of friends that came from corporate and then went to fine art, but not so much the other way around
Yeah.
like me. Yeah.
I want to dial in more and then expound on it on what Red said, like about getting good. I'm gonna direct this at DJ Nata because you're more of the teacher mentor here, and you've had
Teacher.
more experience.
The
Yeah, you can say
professor,
that.
mentor.
Yeah, like false modesty aside, Red said he assessed himself and he just like said that I need to get good.
Yeah.
For younger
Yeah.
artists, they oh okay, I'm gonna be very careful here. Maybe you're younger, or maybe you got rejected multiple times, or maybe you got in, then you got rejected or laid off, then you seem to have trouble again. How do you think they can better or effectively assess themselves with their weaknesses? Maybe how can they critically and objectively check themselves on why they think they're being rejected?
Well, that's a great question, actually, but I think I'm gonna answer it in a way where I will identify first what's stopping us to, effectively critique ourselves or
Uh-huh.
receive the right feedback. Because I think we all know that, and I think all the even members, a lot of students know it. Uh, Even we professionals working in the industry, we all know it that we can always improve our work, especially if we want specific jobs, specific projects to get into. We have this, room for improvement. But at the same time, it's like knowledge that we cannot really use when we're in that position after rejected by many companies. And I'm gonna get some insight from what Red said earlier, because I think one of the most common tendency, which is very understandable, is that if you get rejected so many times consecutively, you will start, comparing yourself to others. Like, why I'm not getting job? And you will see a lot. It's so easy to see other artists who may who might be, you feel that you're better than them and getting jobs. Like, imagine if the time that you got the job, Bungsngis. I mean, there's a lot of artists better than you, but
Yeah.
you got the job, and it's not like you don't deserve it. You actually, it worked pretty well with you, and you are a reliable employee based on our maybe feedback on
Yeah.
your
Yeah,
coworkers.
yeah,
You're
yeah.
like a very reliable employee, but at that time there's no way to know, right? Like, who will say that
Yeah.
5 years from now, 10 years from now, that you will be a reliable artist? It's like, it's really hard to say, and that's I think that's the first one that we really need to be careful of. And I think maturity played there, Red, because you caught yourself thinking about those things, and it's like maybe just surface area for you, but I know that other artists will go more deeply with that, and just maybe you can start blaming the system, the industry,
Yeah.
which is sometimes valid. It's not
Yeah, yeah, it's
right,
valid. It's
right.
valid.
I mean, when I
Yeah,
say
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I didn't pursue fine arts because I think it's political uh compared
Yeah.
to industry. It's we can all agree it's true because how the system works,
Mhm.
right? But it's not. I'm not say. But when I say it, it doesn't mean that you can only go there and be a great artist there if you're playing with the politics. It's not what I'm saying, right? So in the industry,
Yeah.
on the other hand, there's also this thing that yes, we all need to have this portfolio. We need to build our skills, but understand that sometimes even if you're better than other artists, sometimes they are just there at the right time, at the right moment, having the right
Yeah,
skills
yeah,
that the
exactly.
company are looking for. And
Yeah.
you cannot plan that. That's why for me personally, you know I can release the pressure more easily, because if I see that other artists, like for example, if I see other artists in Magic the Gathering who I think, man, I'm better than this guy. But again, my rule in mind, and my wife know this. It okay, I'm better than this guy, but it doesn't matter. I can't say anything bad about them, because when they have that opportunity, they have the right portfolio and they showed up, and I don't know, for some reason, Wizards saw their application and they're ready, so they got it, and
Yeah.
I cannot
I
blame
kind of have
anyone.
that same mindset too. Yeah, I
See, so
kind
I
of
think
have that
that's,
same mindset too.
yeah. And if you got that mindset, you healthily can accept that fact. I think all the other advice which we think we've advised for so many times, like build up your portfolio or skills, I think those things are easily, we can easily talk about that, or even the artist can easily do that if they just overcome that big wall of frustration. It's not easy. It's simple, but it's not easy. Yeah.
It's simple, but it's not easy. Yeah, that's true. That's
Very,
true.
very
I've been
true.
hearing that. Oh, on the topic of mindset, I see you guys have more of a positive mindset. I think for me, on the other hand, I think you can see it as positive, but I'm more of the in spite. I'll do it in spite. In
Mm.
like, oh, you think I got reject? Like you're rejecting me? I'll show you. I've been like that
Yeah.
since I was younger. Uh, I when I applied for UP Fine Arts, I got interviewed by the dean. He had long hair. I don't know what his name was, but until now, it's still etched into my brain. Like your portfolio's just a bunch of doodles. He said that verbatim. Like, oh, okay. I mean,
That
yeah,
happened to me
okay.
too. Ooh, holy.
Looking back, okay, yeah, sure. Because they people had like the big official binder looking thing for the portfolio. I had
Yeah,
like a
like the
folder.
traditional
Clear.
portfolio.
I had a clear book. Then I ripped it out of the sketchbook, and then it accidentally ripped more than the page. So I wasn't
No.
really presenting myself properly, which is why he said, like, I think he had the notion that I wasn't taking this seriously, but I was. But I just didn't
Mm.
know how. I had no point of reference. I had
Yeah.
that reaction, and then until now, like if people say my art is not that good or like make fun of it, uh, there were some people in the past. Like I always had this mindset where I was like, I'll show you, or like if I got rejected by this studio, like one day you'll be like, oh yeah, we rejected you, but not anymore. So I'm that type. That's one. That's another mindset. Another mindset I see around hanging out with a lot of artists is the more let's say on the other end of the spectrum where they just shut in. Where that's why I asked how your relationship with your art was after that, because some people just stop. It takes a toll on their confidence to draw. Jeff Watts, I was listening to Jeff Watts and Stan Prokopenko a while ago talk
Hmm.
about
Yeah.
this in Draftsman to get ready for the show, where his goal as a mentor is to like help boost their confidence to get them ready, because what he doesn't want to happen, because he wants them to have like a fruitful career, but he has
Yeah.
to like set expectations that it's not easy. You will get rejected a lot of times, but he's going to prepare you for that. But what happens to other people is they take a lot of beatings from like multiple companies or people, and then it has this effect where they just stop making art. You know, they think that they just suck. Jeff Watts also mentioned that you can look at it like that, or you can look at it as a way to analyze. Like, okay, I still need to work on my forms. I still need to work on my lines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I can actually
on the
add to
topic
that,
of
like,
oh, go you first. Go. Okay.
yeah, like, because I was kind of like that after as well. Like, remember I was saying I kind of went back to the sulky kind of salty red, where well, how come that art is good in my art? So like after a while, like I processed it, but I was still kind of salty, and I just didn't want to do art. Like I didn't want to do fine arts for quite a while. Like even now, it's kind of hard to start, but I know that if I just start, it's gonna be easy. Like I think that's kind of what people should do as well. Like I think there's a lot of memes that have been going around where, well, not memes, but like more inspirational posts about where
Just make it
start,
exist.
yeah, just make it exist, and then everything will follow. Like everything will you'll make it better and all that. So I think
You
now,
fix it later.
like
Yeah.
if I do fine arts, like I have a show coming next like September. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but like I'm just gonna do it.
Oh, really?
Whatever. Like
Oh, cool.
not a show, but like I'm just in a group show. Like it's just one piece. Like whatever. But yeah, but
Oh,
still.
this is how I find out.
Like yeah, that's how you guys find out. Like for September, I have a group show, and I don't know what to do yet since I'm still kind of not too inspired in doing fine art. Still kind of salty in a way, but I know if I just start, everything will be fine. Yeah.
But it's great that you're still in, being active, at least kind of active.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
the arts
I
and-
try. Like I don't want to, vanish because that
Yeah.
will make it even harder, and
To come
I
back,
will
yeah.
have to listen to this podcast on how to handle rejection from different different galleries. Yeah. So yeah.
Oh, by the way, I just want to add, this is not for content and not because we're doing this podcast, but I actually agree on your self-assessment, because yeah, I'm actually amazed in your perseverance. Like,
Me?
because you keep practicing, man. Like I can't even practice that continuously. I always
I'm
practice.
lazy. Yeah, I'm lazy.
But different things. I cannot
Oh.
practice one thing for a long time. So I'm actually amazed. And, I always say that maybe there are other artists definitely who's, faster in terms of learning, maybe faster than the three of us. But man, this guy is still practicing, and doesn't matter if others are faster, but this guy will make it. And yeah, I'm
Yeah,
happy for you
definitely.
that you're still doing it. Yeah, that's all.
I-
For
I'm
the
not
content,
sure.
we see the
improvement. Yeah. We see the improvement too, so that's why it's like
Okay.
also even more inspiring. Like especially when you went to that what do we call that? It's not a workshop, or what was it?
It's like a tutorial.
You applied
Which
to a course, yeah,
Yeah, I
about
think of the
Oh,
Proco
yeah, yeah.
course.
anatomy. Yeah.
Yeah,
That was
under
a
Patrick
pro
Jones.
course. So.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
on how you
and I was
practice.
like,
I'm always thinking it's impossible that this guy doesn't improve. Like that. That's just my, So like this video.
That's actually one of the, that's actually like another way I coped with it. Like as in spite of like I want like okay, I'm gonna fixate on it because part of like the rejection I kept on getting was the feedback from studios was like your anatomy is still off because you're stuck in the stylized one, but you want to be in AAA, so it has to be realistic.
Yeah.
So I kept getting that feedback. So I was like, all right, I'm just gonna lock in on my anatomy. I'm gonna keep practicing my figures and especially gesture because they kept saying stiff, stiff, stiff. The word kept popping
Yeah.
up. Like, there's something there. So multiple people said that I'm gonna work on my flow, on my gesture. That's why I chose Patrick Jones for my instructor because he's if you see his drawings, the flow is there. And he's also a huge fan of Frazetta, and I think it shows. So I love
Yeah.
Frazetta as well. And thanks to him, I got to know more about Frazetta. So like what JS said, no matter like if people can do it, like I just need to I'll try to approach it with numbers and like overwhelm it. Like I'm gonna put in more R's. Like what Bruce Lee said, like I fear not the man that mastered 1,000 kicks, but the man who has practiced one kick 1,000 times.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep
Yeah.
drawing my gestures over and over again.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
another way I cope
exactly.
with rejection. Yeah. So
Like I
it's
can
time
relate to
test it
that
out
too.
one day. Oh yeah, sure, go share.
Two 2 years ago, I think I had a mindset switch again where I was like, I think it's about time to graduate on being sad about things and just be angry that I'm not good at whatever I'm doing. Like, why am I not good?
Oh.
I need to get better. I think, I think last week me and Kat were talking about how I was addicted to getting better at things.
Is that a
Like,
bad thing?
like
Like
no,
even not
not a bad
art
thing.
related.
No, not art related. Like for example, recently we've been playing Deadlock again, and I've
Okay.
been watching a lot of things on how to get better again on Deadlock. And then I tried to play Apex for a bit again, and then I kind of got invited to a tourney, but I was like, I don't have the time to get better. But I was like playing for a bit, and I was like, I think I need to get better again. Like, I'm addicted to just getting better and
Yeah.
better. And then recently we picked up badminton, and I was like, man, I'm looking for a coach right now. I need to get better. I bought like a good badminton racket. I
Tennis
bought like
racket.
good
Already
sticks and all
sending
that.
YouTube links to me on how to play, like the
I was like,
fundamentals of badminton.
the fundamentals of badminton. I was showing them, like, you should hold your racket this way, like, whatever. And I'm just addicted to just
The way
getting
you
better, like self improvement. And I was like, maybe badminton would be my gateway to getting fit as well. I will go to the gym, do badminton specific workouts, and maybe I'll get fit along the way too. And it's just
On the way,
delusional
yeah.
that I like just delusional getting
Yeah.
better at every single thing I touch, and then just get frustrated if I am not good at first try.
No, I'm a believer in being interdisciplinary and stuff because I think that leads into other aspects of your life. I hear other artists treat learning art like how you would a sport, you know, like
Mm.
how you
Yeah,
would
man.
train as an athlete. Yeah, Jeff
Yeah,
Watts
the
would
discipline.
mention the word train. If you want to train under me and stuff, he uses the word train specifically, and I find that interesting because people kind of underestimate like the brain and like your arm and like your fingers. It's like you're training the muscle memory. You're training a muscle, so you gotta put in the reps. You gotta put in the R's. That's why I fixated on my gestures. I'm gonna put in all the mileage. I like to throw the word mileage because my instructor Patrick Jones would say mileage is key. Mileage is the secret. That's the secret sauce.
Yeah.
And you won't get there if you don't practice. So make all the mistakes you want. Just keep drawing. So I'm gonna keep flowing. Like if I fixate too long on making this perfect, I'm never gonna get the mileage because I'm gonna have less output. So maybe you can look at it like that when dealing with your rejection. Like
Yeah.
try to analyze why they're rejecting you. I tell people this too, like if you can, ask the hiring people what made them reject you. Some of them
Yeah,
won't
yeah.
reply. Some have. Like for me, some nice people have told me like your anatomy, your proportions, your rendering. I won't name studios, but they were very nice, and that helped me analyze and work on myself. You can do that. I'm not sure. I can't speak for the others, but what if you're not that confident, or you let the negative emotion win you over? Like, okay, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna shut down. There's no point in asking. Like, come on. Yeah, there is a point to ask because you need to know, right? Or maybe you can send your portfolio and ask maybe DJ Lumpia or like maybe Red or maybe like other professional artists who ask them nicely, by the way. Don't just like be rude about it. Maybe you can ask them to give you a portfolio feedback and see address your weak points and stuff.
Yeah.
So
Which we do every
those are other ways. Yeah. Yeah, we do that here too.
We did that here too, yeah. So if you guys have been rejected, maybe we can check it out. And we'll work it out together.
Yeah. But at the same
We'll
Sa
figure
time,
it out
community at
together.
Brushpoint na tayo.
like in the perspective of giving also guidance to others, sometimes it's really hard also for us, um, because sometimes it's not even about improving the portfolio. Sometimes I see other artists who have this great portfolio, but again, just the timing. It's not the right time for the right company who's looking for that style. And sometimes and most of the time we can see the room for improvement, but it doesn't mean that it's not enough. to get the job. So it's really
Yeah.
hard to judge, and it's only the company who's hiring who can actually, say why did they reject you. So it's really hard to, think of many things, and we can maybe this one, maybe this one, but at the end of the day, you know, you we can't really know it. So why not just try to improve it? Because if like for example, if my portfolio is enough already and I didn't get the job because the company for some reason is not looking for the things that I do, or maybe there's a better person who also do those
Yeah.
kind of illustrations, then you know nothing will change. So might as well I just continue improving my art. So I'm not saying
Mm.
being rejected doesn't matter. Of course, it matters because money matters. Getting a job matters. But at the same time, it's like you're in the position that you cannot really change the mind of the the company. So might as well keep continuing
Yeah.
improving your work. But you
It's
can
how you
take a
take it,
yeah.
really.
You can be still stop for a week or something. Absorb
Yeah.
all those things, but it's not the end. It's like, well, there are other artists better than you, or maybe you have this room for improvement. So just continue.
Yeah. And we're not doing this to be like preachy. Yeah, that was another thing I was looking like. I was trying to not steer us away from when we did this episode. When we started this episode, was how not to come off as preachy. That's why
Yeah.
we're
Yeah.
always contextualizing. We're not saying this is the end all
Yeah.
be all. We're not giving
Yeah.
solutions.
Yeah.
We're giving suggestions
Yeah.
for that. Oh,
It's just
oh.
how
So
we
yeah,
like kind of processed everything. Like maybe you guys can relate as well. And
yeah.
speaking of being or having related, I guess one of our viewers were live, by the way, said rejections lead to redirections. I like that because right now that kind of happened to me. It's not
Mhm.
like I've been rejected at work, but it kind of had to cut a bit of budget. So they cut my
Yeah.
budget. So, but
Oh,
like that led to me doing different work now for them as well because I had to step up my game. If I did not have like a more positive mindset, I guess I would just be annoyed and just continue to do whatever the
Yeah.
heck I was doing for them. And now I'm doing even more. And I think I'll be doing even more for a different company or like their partner company, which is kind of, I don't know how I'll do it. It's a lot of work, but hey, at least, I'm getting even more work. So that's fine. Yeah.
oh. I'm looking at the clock. We're we're nearing the end, but so our live subscribers right now who are here, you guys can send in questions if you have any to ask, and you can shoot them.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're not cutting the show here yet.
Yeah.
We're gonna continue. In line with what was said earlier, uh, another thing that I don't think people, or I think they do, is just not said enough. Uh, the the toll it takes on our
Mm.
confidence and in our mental
Yeah.
health. And then again, like how I said it earlier, like how this could branch out to burnout or compounding negative thoughts, and how I've observed um, happens to other people that I see, okay, or hang out with. So, what are some of the harsh truths you guys think we need to live with for this industry? Like, uh, again, I'm gonna quote Jeff Watts, Stan, Prokopenko, and Patrick Jones on this. Like, if it's making money, like there are other ways to make a lot more money,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
start a business, get into
Mhm.
economics or accounting, be a VA. There are other
Yeah.
ways. Art is like one of the hardest to live with. It can be done. People
Yeah.
have made a lot of good money working in games, working in movies, photo bashing, making storyboards. But it's not easy because um, art is kind of subjective, and it's loose. It's kind of loose. It's not quantifiable. There are standards, but it's not the easiest out there. That's what I'm trying to say. What else? What else do you guys think?
Well,
I,
that's
I
Some
think
harsh truths.
it's good that you touched upon that,
yeah
because I was actually about to
to say
say
that.
that if you are like if you are going into this industry looking for even more money, then yeah, I also listened to that in the Draftsman podcast. Like if you are going into art thinking that you'll be rich here, then you're wrong. Then maybe that's why you're getting rejected as well. You have the wrong mindset to begin with, in applying. Like, oh, I'm gonna apply to this company because they pay a lot of money. Then I don't think you'll ever
Mhm.
get in that way. So
Not
yeah,
because you enjoy the art and the games that they do, but because of the.
yeah,
It helps that we have to be real. We need to think about the livelihood. We need to think about uh, climbing up the ladder, so to speak. And it's
mm,
unavoidable. People have said that too. Like, if you want to make a career out of your passion, there's nothing wrong with that. But be prepared.
yeah
Doing so might affect your love for it. When you put the
yep,
money, monetize your passions. Uh,
that's true.
what else? How about you, Jess?
well I'm just gonna start also with that because it's really hard, especially art in games or movies. Like we all know it's easier to get job in graphic design, for example. Again, I'm not saying, I always say it. I always say this disclaimer that I'm not saying that, game art is, or vis dev is a higher level of art. I'm not saying it. But given that a lot of us started in graphic design, it just shows that it's a lot easier. And imagine this, being a junior concept artist for games or movies versus being a junior graphic designer or junior other kind of art jobs is a lot easier. So there's even in the art industry itself, there's a different level of there's of level of difficulty of entry point. So it's hard um, to have a lot of money or salary in art in general, unless if you're in the top 1%, which you cannot do overnight. Um, and then there's another level of difficulties inside that industry. And I think the harsh truth there is, you know, you starting this, expect that you will get rejected. It's not
Yeah,
being a negative thinker. It's just it's part of it. And the thing is, it's also the thing that makes it more rewarding, actually. Like after trying a lot of ways, being in a this project. Like imagine if you're in the God of War project. It's like it's all worth it. The 10 years, 20 years, it doesn't matter, right? If as long as you get there eventually, doesn't matter. So for us, like for example, for me, I'm thinking of doing my own games. I don't know how to do that, but at least I don't know yet. But if I get there after 10 years, like man, 20 years, 30 years, it doesn't matter. Even if I'm old, even if I'm a granddad, I don't know. It doesn't matter as long as I have it and I know it's worth it. Doesn't matter. So
yeah,
that's a harsh truth. And again, I agree that there's a lot of ways to make more money than making art. So
yeah.
if you want to, if you if you want to make money, might as well think about it. Think about it deeply. It's a big
Maybe
decision.
expand.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe get into stock trading or starting a side
Yeah,
hustle or business.
maybe,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but yeah,
You don't
it's
have to let go of art.
yeah,
Yeah.
you're still an artist, even if you don't have any
At the end of the day,
jobs
hell
right
yeah.
now, you're still an artist. Doesn't lessen
Mhm.
your what do you call that? How do you say that in English? You being an artist doesn't
Your
lessen it.
worth.
Yeah, yeah. As artist, it doesn't lessen it. So some
True.
harsh truth
Yeah.
that
Yeah, a lot of people also kind of just try to give up when they don't get the art job that they want. Maybe you should also try
Hmm.
other avenues that isn't art, and maybe that will fund your art even
Yeah.
more, and you'll be happily just doing your art and just be an artist that way. Maybe your the thing that gives you money isn't art, but it will fund whatever art you'll be doing in the
There we
future as well.
Yeah, it's not wrong. It's
Yeah.
not bad. Other artists will not judge you. If other artists judge you, then most probably they're not that good. So if because they're most probably those artists. It's like in the gym. When there's a big guy, those big guys don't mock the beginners because they know
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Yeah,
It's
that
it's
never
those who
happens.
doesn't have experience. Those are the ones usually who mocks others, right? So they know it, and experienced artists know it's hard, and they will encourage you to practice more, to keep working regardless if you're juggling different work. So don't worry too much in that sense. Don't worry too much, but of course, unless it's the only thing that you can do and you really need the money right now for your family, then it's a different
Yeah.
context of urgency.
That's a good
Yeah.
call out to our previous episode. In case you missed it, you can check out episode
Yeah.
1 of this season. Talk about
Yeah.
priorities.
We have different
Art
situations too. I
and
understand that.
money.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but in that context,
it's gotta be
yeah,
real.
keep
Mhm.
growing.
Oh, speaking of
I don't
real,
know if I don't
yeah,
know if this is
yeah,
hot take as well, but like
yeah. Go on.
there is no best artists out there,
Yeah.
everyone's just the same. Like everyone will just like
Mhm.
the ones that are at the top don't feel like they're at the top. They feel
Yeah.
like they're just the same level as us, where they just keep on improving, just doing what they want to do, improving on themselves, their artwork. They don't care about other people's artwork, like if they're better or not. They just focus on themselves, and I think that's a very healthy mindset to have if you don't have that yet.
Yeah. Did you
Yeah.
watch the video interview with Kim Jong Gi? Where Kim Jong Gi say
Which one?
that whenever
With
he
Stan?
opens his Instagram, he's so jealous, and it's like, man, they're so
Oh,
good. It's like, man, you're the best. Like I
Like
mean, in
to
our
us, like he's
perspective,
the best. Like
yeah,
what the heck?
he's one of the modern
yeah.
masters.
And
Yeah, and
Kim Jong Gi
he's
got
thinking that.
rejected by many studios. Like imagine that.
Oh
Yep.
yeah.
Imagine if he
Yeah.
stopped because many rejected him. There's no we do not know Kim Jong Gi now if he stopped, right?
And
So
what's funny is he got rejected not because he was bad, because he was too good. Like his art style was not
yeah,
fit
it's not fit in the
for that.
the
And
typical
that's
comic
real.
standard, or I don't know, manga.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
But
if
he
he
still kept
stopped right
doing his
there,
own thing.
then
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Stop right there. There won't be no Kim Jong Gi, no Super Annie, no
Yeah, and
Dong
not
Ho
saying
Kim.
we're all like Kim Jong Gi
People like.
because he's actually
Well,
good,
I
but
think
Yeah.
yeah, I
but
guess I revoked my saying there is someone who's the best.
there's a,
Kim Jong Gi is
it's
the
Kim
best.
Jong Gi. Only Kim Jong Gi.
Kim Jong Gi is the best.
It's like per
My bad.
generation, we have this best artist.
Yeah,
He's one of them. He's the
happens once in a
modern. He's the
lifetime.
modern one.
Yeah,
He's
one
for the
in a
20th
lifetime.
century,
Yeah.
21st century.
He really
Yeah,
pushed
he's
the
there.
boundaries of art. Yeah, and it's
Yeah, and
great to witness that. And I think it's a great way to
Yeah,
be, to be encouraged, because if this guy because this guy didn't get good in one night, he got rejected many times also.
if I recall properly, he only got like sort of famous when he was older.
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't know
yeah.
him when he was younger. Yeah, he just kept doing his own thing. Even his wife was like bashing him. Like,
Maybe in
who
his
do you
Like
think
after
you are?
30s.
You
30s,
still
Yeah.
right?
I
Late
think
30s, right?
after 30s. And we all know this artist,
Yeah, yeah.
like the younger artists now, like for example, let's say Mike Acevedo, doing talks in big stages, or big what do you call that? Big events around early 20s. This riot artist, like Kim Jong Gi, it's like maybe it's just watching, anime stuff while drawing around that time.
Yeah.
So, you know,
Yeah, like I remember looking at other artists before he got like way big. Like even I think even Dave Raposa was bigger than him at that
yeah,
time where
yeah.
I found out about Kim Jong Gi because I remember seeing Kim Jong Gi when I was in college as well. But I first saw Dave Raposa and it was kind of a big deal at that time as well. So
Yeah, Dave
yeah.
Raposa got into MTG, I think, around 21 or 23, and he already have these big interviews uh, in
Hmm.
the internet.
Yeah.
21, 23 years old.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
And
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
already great,
mm.
man. Like, if you see his works,
Yeah.
it's not just about him being in him doing art for MTG, but his art is actually so good, uh, even for that time.
Like now if you look back at his work you'll see like minute improvement especially in the drawing parts but it's like it's still kind of him, it's still great, it
Yeah,
stands its time and all that.
I just kept going. You'll
Mm.
never get the mileage in if you stop, right? Or if you like let it discourage you. Speaking of discouraging, I found it funny where Kim Jong Gi's wife was like, "Why do you keep drawing this lewd stuff?" Because he draws
yeah,
Yeah.
evocative stuff, exotic subjects. Do you still think you're a teenager? But he still
Yeah,
kept doing because he
exactly.
enjoyed it. So, and because of that, his visual library just kept growing and growing. Same with Dave Raposa, and his rendering was honed. So you just gotta, and it's kind of corny or cliche to say that you just gotta keep going. But like what Jaya said, like at the very start, it's simple but not easy. Yeah,
Yeah, same thing happened to Karl Kopinski, by the way. He got famous in his late 30s as well,
yeah,
like
yeah.
just maybe at the same age as Kim Jong-gi when he got famous or even older because he was just doing a few cards for MTG, like just appearing at random conventions, doing paint overs or signing some cards. And then somehow he got famous that way because he was also doodling, like his
yeah.
style
Yeah,
of
the
like
pen and ink
doing figures and
doodles.
all
Yeah.
that. Pen and ink doodles, just
I think
doing
he's using a
sketches.
brush pen too. Yeah.
Yeah, like no, even before he was just using pencils and
Yeah.
just those scribbly lines that he does. And then I guess because Kim Jong Gi was also famous, they were also trying to look for other people who can draw like that. And I guess that was the sweet spot of how Karl Kopinski also got famous because that was I guess the trend at that time, like
Yeah.
doing live drawing. Yeah,
Yeah, but he was prepared. I hear this
yeah,
from
Like,
him,
exactly. He
right?
was
yeah, they're already
prepared.
working
Yeah,
for so long, practicing for so long.
yeah. So you got the mileage ready. Now, I'm gonna quote this again from Nino, right? Where he said like luck is basically where opportunity meets preparation. Because he was prepared.
Ooh, that's
Yeah.
And
good.
then like yeah, he was pounding away at drawing. And then when that trend quote unquote happened, where they were looking for someone who could do that, he was
Yeah.
already there. He had his mileage, he had his portfolio. So
Mhm.
again, you might not get it now, but what if it happens tomorrow and you're too down on yourself to prepare? Would you take that risk? Or I don't want to sound like uh toxic positive or something like that. Again, you can view it like that, or you can just put in more work. I'm gonna
Yeah.
quote, and I like quoting other people because
They've
yeah,
said it
Yeah, it's
better
like,
than us. So
yeah,
you said it better than us.
with
yeah.
application, so
Yeah.
I
that's
guess
all
that's
right.
yeah, and they got the street cred to prove it. So yeah,
Yeah.
I'm quoting Raymond from last week,
Yeah.
the artist I interviewed. You can't really have a defeatist mindset here in this industry.
Mm.
Same with other things and in life, but here, if you let it overcome you, it can bleed into your art. That's why I said. That's why I asked Red. Like, did you think, or were you scared that your art that you would turn into the gallery was uninspired? Because I was wondering if that took a toll on your mental clarity, I guess, and somehow it drifted into your art. Because I also like this mindset where Patrick Jones said that if you're bored, it shows in your drawing. Um,
Yeah.
if you're stressed, it shows in your drawing. Uh, he's always looking for that state of play, like that child, like when you started when you were a kid, when you were ignorant, like you just having fun. You just like you're not trying to pressure yourself to get a perfect drawing. You can like practice 3 times and then draw the final pose because by then you would have been well warmed up. So yeah, those are multiple keys on how wait, I don't think keys is the right word. It's like it makes it sound like it's a solution. I guess those are other point of views or like mindsets you can adopt. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Never
But
doubt yourself, toxic podcast.
When you're
That was
stressed,
me
Yeah.
last week. I
bro.
was like maybe I should be toxic positive, because I was just, like I was saying, I was just angry of not being great. So maybe I should try being toxic positive, maybe it'll work this time.
For a
I haven't
change.
tried being toxic positive. Maybe it'll work.
Yeah.
Who
What have you
knows?
got to lose if you go toxic
Yeah.
positive for a change, you know?
Yeah. Yeah,
Alright.
you won't lose
think-
anything, That's true.
Yeah, exactly. Try it. But yeah, thanks for listening, guys. I think we can wrap it up here.
Yeah, I think I can add
can-
just one from Sir Raymond too, what he said last
Oh,
week.
okay.
Which I also said when giving advice also on other members here beginning in the industry. That it's like a paradox in terms of preparing portfolio and applying to jobs because, but like personally, the most regrets that I have in terms of application is when there are opportunities that I really know that I didn't practice for, or like for example, there's this time when Riot Games are hiring illustrator, and it's like I'm really at the time I'm really kind of regretful and frustrated because you know I I had the time to prepare for this, but for some reason I didn't, and because I think I didn't know that this time will come. So when I read that, and of course I know that I will not get hired. I'm just thinking, that's actually us because every time we see this great opportunity, it's too late to prepare for that. So the only thing that we can prepare for is the incoming opportunity in the future that we don't know when will it come. So and I remember Sir Raymond talking about it, and you should be prepared when the time comes. That's what you
Yeah,
want to
it's
happen.
not an opportunity
It's
if
like
you're not ready.
because it's hard to chase
Oh,
the opportunity now. It's really hard to chase if you're not prepared. It's hard to chase that if there's there's hiring, like let's say 2D artist generalist who can do these 10 things. Like just for example, it's extreme. It's hard to create a portfolio, showing those all of those skills properly. So it's not really about uh, pushing yourself to have this portfolio for the opportunity right now, but more on the opportunity in the future because you know that there will be more jobs in the future. And if you got the job now, then congratulations. But if not, then be prepared. Be prepared for the next job. So I think it's really great that Sir Raymond tackled it also in the interview.
There's always the next one. Yeah. If you screw up a drawing, there's always the next one. So, yeah, that's another quote I got from Patrick Jones. So how about you, Red? Any closing remarks?
I think we've said what we wanted to say.
Yeah.
I think that's okay.
Yeah, it's a perfect time. Let go. 1 hour. It's been 1 hour. Exactly. Roughly 1 hour. So yeah, thank you guys for listening. Look forward to our next one next month. Right. And if you wanna vote for the next topic, you can become a subscriber so you can vote in the Discord server. Head on over to
Yeah,
brushpoint.io.
Dun, 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 dun.
Help support us, yeah. And you can also get monthly workshops from Mr. DJ Lumpia and feedback or portfolio reviews, not just from Mr. Lumpia.
So you
but
won't
from
get
other artists in
rejected
the
on your
community.
next job.
Oh yeah, just give the blind promise.
Don't quote me.
All right.
All right.
This is
I
a
think
good
that's
place
it.
to end. See you guys.
Bye.